Miss Cynthia Nanjala, let's get this show started. Now, Lucy Wambui Nganga, the woman who died after an alleged botched cosmetic surgery, was laid to rest on Tuesday. The funeral ceremony of the late wife of the businessman Francis Nganga was held at her family farm in Red Hill, Limuru, Kiambu County. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua attended the ceremony, accompanied by other leaders, including former governors Mike Mbuvi Sonko and Ferdinand Waititu, as well as Nyeri County Governor, Deputy County Governor David Kinaniri. Lucy died on Saturday, October 26th, days after undergoing a plastic surgery procedure at a facility in Nairobi. Nganga shared the heartbreaking story of how his wife tragically fell ill after undergoing cosmetic surgery.
Allow me to read his tribute. I'm standing here on his behalf. I stand here
in the deceased.
Allow me to read his tribute. I'm standing here on his behalf. I stand here mourning the loss of my dear wife of 24 years, Wambui. I will dearly miss you. It is interesting how the many years we had together just went by. You were my everything, my dear wife, my business partner and my confidant. We did seasons together from when we met. We started growing from being just the two of us, but also blessed with our 4 lovely children. Look at our business today. We've grown it together. Thank you for everything, Lucy. You have always been to us.
We're here with heavy hearts to remember a woman who gave everything of herself to her family, who filled our lives with love, warmth, and endless support. My mom was more than just... Please come finish.
My mom was more than just another. She was my greatest friend, our guiding light, and our unwavering foundation, raising us with compassion, strength, and unconditional love. She blessed me with 2 beautiful brothers and a lovely sister, each of us shaped by the kindness and wisdom she instilled in us, the values that define us today, reminding us through her time with us, although her time with us was far too short, the love and lessons she imparted will live on each one of us forever. She was our nurturer, our encourager, and most of all, the embodiment of selflessness. She gave us the best of herself every single day.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has lauded his community for keeping calm after his impeachment from office, asking them to continue remaining silent despite the challenges. Gachagua spoke while at a funeral service of the late Lucy Wambui, who succumbed to complications after a liposuction. The former Deputy President has continued his defense, saying he was sacked for being truthful.
People, much as difficult things are economically, just work hard. Work hard and be honest. Some of us have gotten in a lot of trouble because of being truthful. But I want to tell you, even the Bible says, the truth shall set you free. So as I wind up, so that I introduce the leaders here, I want to tell the people of our region not to get worried. Many people are calling me, oh, what's going to happen? Please, don't worry. Our community is very unique, and many people are shocked. We expected people to go to the streets, lighting bonfires, destroying vehicles, shouting. No, that is not who we are. These people don't know us well. As when we feel offended, we feel bad, we keep quiet. Sindio? Mutaendelea kunyamaza? Keep quiet. Say nothing. And if you feel so strongly you must express yourself, do it through song and dance. Sindio? Nyimbo tu na kunyama.
1 and 3 nasema
any public officer, I'm a state officer, ukishakuwa convicted of any offense or any decision, kama ile yako ya National Assembly na Senate, hiyo ni sabbatical 2, kwa uwezi shikilia ofisi. But ukienda chini, 103 sabbatical 3 inasema you shall be on the ballot because you have to exhaust all evidence of appeals or review. Kesi yako iko High Court of Kenya, bado inaendelea kusikizwa. Wakikutupa nje, bado utaenda appeal, Court of Appeal. Hiyo ni miaka ingine 3. Wakikutupa nje, bado utaenda Supreme Court. Hiyo ni miaka ingine 5. 2027 nitakupata hapo. Wewe utakuwa kwa ballot, usidanganywe na mtu yote ule.
The Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE entered day 2 on Tuesday, with candidates sitting for mathematics paper 1 in the morning, and later on in the afternoon they wrote the English comprehension paper. On Monday, the candidates sat for the English functional skills paper during the morning hours, while chemistry paper 1 in the afternoon. The exam began on October 22nd, where the candidates took their oral and practical exams for the elective subjects. The candidates will be sitting for 2 papers a day, except on Fridays, when they will tackle the practical papers.
And I am here to just monitor the conduct of exams here in Murang'a. And I am highly satisfied with all the arrangements that have been made. We have all seen at the container, the arrangements are good. The morning session papers are separated from the afternoon session papers, so there is no case of any confusion at that point. What we want to emphasize for the good conduct of the examinations is that the rules are very, very simple. That this year, all the phones in every examination center, all the phones for all the persons who are in that compound are going to be kept under lock and key by the supervisor. And across the country, we received very good reports of cooperation by the center managers and by all the persons that they are complying with that. So we have a good start to the exams, and if we continue that way, then we will secure the examinations. The second issue is about the gates, because we have monitoring officers who are going around the whole country, and we have insisted that as soon as the vehicle carrying the materials enters the school compound, that gate remains open until when the vehicle leaves with the examination materials. That's a simple rule to follow, and we want to appeal to all the center managers to make sure there is 100% compliance.
Over 100 girls are currently sitting for their KCSE exams expectant amidst a push by stakeholders to curb the vice that is teenage pregnancy. As the national exams continue across the country, a significant number of young girls find themselves in this position, some ending up in labor before completion of their papers. And as Mudhoni Caroline reports, this worrying trend not only disrupts their education, but also their normal lives if they lack proper support.
Actually, she did an English paper today, and she said it was good, and I believe maybe she's going to perform well.
As national examination kicks off, a large number of female candidates sitting for the test are mothers or girls giving birth moments before writing their final papers. It is a situation that saw sections of some public hospitals turning into examination room for some girls, as this condition does not deter any girl from sitting for their papers.
Today, we received one of the students who is a female by the name of Cisco Chepkurui, who comes from Laliat village within.
All right, we'll be getting back to that story in just a bit. However, the president's advisor on women rights, Harriet Chigai, now wants femicide treated as a serious national security issue, noting statistics on women being killed in the country is worrying. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations has placed statistics at about 97 women in the last 3 months. Chigai, who hosted a breakfast meeting for women leaders spanning from corporate to government in readiness for a national launch of safe homes, safe spaces for women in December, noted the trend of killing women was now translating to 1 woman a day. All right, allow us to take a quick breather. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us. Now back to the teenage pregnancy story, where over 100 girls are currently sitting for their KCSE exams and expectant amidst a push by stakeholders to curb the vice that is teenage pregnancy. As the national exams continue across the country, a significant number of young girls find themselves in the position, some ending up in labor before completion of the papers. And as our reporter Caroline Muthoni details, this worrying trend not only disrupts the education, but also their normal lives if they lack proper support.
Actually, she did an English paper today, and she said it was good, and I believe maybe she's going to perform well.
As national examination kicks off, a large number of female candidates sitting for the test are mothers or girls giving birth moments before writing their final papers. It is a situation that saw sections of some public hospitals turning into examination room for some girls, as this condition does not deter any girl from sitting for their papers.
Today, we received one of the students who is a female by the name of Cisco Cheprui, who comes from Laliat village within Ainamoi sub-county or constituency. Today, she came to a hospital, and she was a mother who was expecting a baby, but she came with a condition called fetal distress, which made her be taken to our theater, and she was done cesarean section. And she gave birth to a baby girl weighing 2.8 kg, and the baby actually is in stable condition. At the same time, the mother is also doing well, and she's receiving medication.
Migori County Director of Education Elizabeth Otieno said out of 29,787 candidates who wrote their exams, 108 were pregnant girls. Some of the main reasons listed for these underage pregnancies include lack of information about sexual and reproductive health and rights, which focuses on abstinence rather than providing information about contraception, safe sex practices, and consent. In many regions, this is either non-existent or inadequate. Inadequate access to service tailored to young people, where services are not designated with the unique needs, perspective, and circumstances of young people in mind, resulting to significant barriers to care, support, and opportunities. Family, community, and social pressure to marry before they are emotionally or physically ready, facing a range of negative consequences, including early pregnancies. Sexual violence, including rape and sexual coercion, causing an unintended pregnancy. The victim is often a teenager, maybe too young, scared or vulnerable to seek help, report the crime, or access contraception. These teenage pregnancies become a great risk to the mother and the infant child, as these teenagers suffer more complications, miscarriages, stillbirths, prolonged and premature labor when they become adult women. The journey after a teenage pregnancy is often filled with immense challenges, but for many young mothers, it can also be a path to resilience, hope, and personal growth. While teenage pregnancy can bring with it overwhelming difficulties such as interrupted education, financial instability, and social stigma, many girls find a way to reclaim their future and build a life to purpose and opportunity. This is greatly influenced by the support available for her, such as access to education, healthcare, social services and strong family or community support can significantly improve her ability to achieve her goals and create a positive future. With the right support, resources and opportunities, many can find paths to success, personal growth or fulfillment of both themselves and their children. Muthoni Caroline reporting for EBN News.
Thank you, Carol. Now, the President's advisor on women rights, Harriet Chigai, now wants femicide treated as a serious national security issue, noting statistics on women being killed in the country is worrying. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations has placed statistics at about 97 women in the last 3 months. Chigai, who hosted a breakfast meeting for women leaders spanning from corporate to government in readiness for a national launch of safe homes, safe spaces for women in December, noted the trend of killing women was now translating to a woman a day, wanting the government to take decisive action against perpetrators. While acknowledging the matter needs a societal approach, Chigai also asked Kenyans to remain extremely vigilant of neighbors around them who will be championing atrocities meted on women, reporting these cases to relevant authorities.
Where the violence against women has almost been normalized. It has almost been normalized. And so we must think, what should the character of security look like? And I think the proposal by Sholay, in terms of where do you station the protection officers for women in terms of reporting, that becomes a very important implementation point going forward.
I would like to say that we need to also create, lastly, to create more spaces where women can thrive and build their confidence. And I'm proud to say that recently, myself, Naomi Wako, and many other women, we've started our own Wezesha Mama Inua Jamii, where we are going from county to county. And the issue was, we said, if we go to other political rallies, you won't get a chance to speak. And you won't get any airtime. You'll be told, stand up and wave. Isn't it? So we said we are going to create our own rallies, our own meetings, where we can talk until the gods come home. Isn't it? And we can get airtime, isn't it? And nobody is telling us to stop or telling you, it's talk for 2 minutes. So everywhere we need to create those spaces.
One life lost is one too many. We have seen our daughters and how they are murdered. It is criminal. You know, you cannot blame a child for being where they were, not knowing that that space is not safe. The question is then, what are we doing? The reports from DCI says in the last 3 months, we've lost about 97 women. That means a woman has been killed every day. A young girl has been murdered every single day. And while we think it's far off, it's as closer as to our own households. So can we be the police within our spaces? If you see something is going wrong, pick up your phone and call the relevant authority.
Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Musalia Mudavadi chaired the National Development Implementation Committee meeting, where he urged the principal secretaries to fully embrace their mandate to advance the welfare of the Kenyan people. He called on them to take decisive measures to stabilize the economy, foster fair competition in the marketplace, encourage community participation in governance, and empower all segments of the society, particularly the underprivileged.
So we quickly look at the minutes.
That we are operating in lean times and therefore not met our agreed deliverables. These include the presidential directive to reduce the number of advisors, support officers and bodyguards, duplication of roles in our respective MDAs, reduction in foreign travel and local travel, and spending on unnecessary out-of-office workshops and field visits. We agreed to engage officers in the regions and counties more and use online platforms for our meetings. Further, we agreed to develop a robust transport policy that enables us to cut down on transport costs. It is paramount to restate that we must all cut our cloth according to our size. Furthermore, the government still faces challenges of grand and petty corruption. The fight against corruption, enhancing accountability and efficient, seamless delivery of services to the people of Kenya is a cornerstone of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The theme of this meeting, therefore, is to dialogue on how to effectively tackle governance issues to enhance service delivery. In this regard, we have a presentation here on the Governance Pact 2024.
The chairperson, the agenda was circulated on the left.
Primary school teachers have been urged to embrace digital innovation to ensure that learners receive quality education regardless of their backgrounds. The Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service, Felix Koskei, encouraged teachers to reflect on how best they can collaborate with the relevant stakeholders to equip learners with the competencies, skills, attitudes, and values needed to thrive in the 21st century's future of work. The 25th conference, attended by over 15,000 head teachers, is themed Transformative Leadership in the Digital Transition for Inclusive and Sustainable Quality Basic Education in Kenya. The journey towards a fully digital education system, the Chief of Staff stated, is rooted in a vision of inclusivity and progress.
This commitment to inclusivity is not only essential for narrowing disparities in education, but also for unlocking the potential of every child. Bridging the digital divide also calls for empowering our educators with the skills and the confidence to use digital technologies effectively. Professional development programs must be designed to equip teachers with the knowledge and practical skills needed to navigate the digital landscape.
Important leadership. We are making critical progress in ensuring that the more than 16,000 classrooms that we require for our children to transition to grade 9 are being done and done with a lot of efficiency. We have been visiting a number of our schools. I visited quite a number of schools yesterday, both here in Mombasa and Kilifi. And one of the schools which we are building 6 classrooms, the classrooms are ready for usage in January.
Grade 9 classrooms are in the process of getting constructed. Some are already complete, others are in different stages of construction, and we trust and believe by the end of this year, we shall all have enough space to accommodate our grade 9 learners.
Mbeere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku has called on the leader of majority Kimani Ichung'wah to ensure that departmental committee leadership at the National Assembly is sanitized to enable delivery of services to the people. Speaking at Gikuyari and Sianyi comprehensive schools in his Mbeere North backyard, where he handed development checks for infrastructure improvements, Ruku opined that the government must deliver its campaign promises anchored in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. Ruku observed that some committee chairmen have failed to give the required leadership, while accusing some of budgeting corruption. The legislator also urged the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki to work for the people and help the President in uniting the people of Kenya.
Sema ni kwamba we have sanitized the presidency. We sanitize the security of our country. We must sanitize the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya. We must sanitize the National Assembly, the committees of Parliament, the leader of majority jameni, the committees of Parliament azikai vizuri. Before we go to recess in December, Kimani Ichung'wah na wale viongozi wengine katika bunge ya kitaifa, the committees of Parliament, we need to reconstitute those committees so that we can be able to align the leadership of committees of the National Assembly so that they can be able to deliver the mandate of the National Assembly to the people of the Republic of Kenya. Kuna wengine hapo machairman hapo lazima wakwende. There are some chairmen of committee katika mbunge yetu ya kitaifa lazima wangolewe, wengine wakalie hizo viti ili tuweze kuleta the policies and laws which can save the Republic of Kenya, which can steer the development and clear the suffering ya watu wa Kenya.
Parents taking their boys for circumcision this holiday have been called upon to use health institutions which have been approved by the Ministry of Health so as to prevent infections and spread of diseases. Health experts led by Ferdinand Babu have said that circumcision, if not well managed, can be a breeding ground for infection and spread of HIV and AIDS. The experts have said that there are situations where the male organs of the boys have been badly mutilated after the exercise is done by unqualified quacks. Babu said that sterilized equipment should be used, particularly in institutions which have a bigger number of boys undergoing the cut.
Wazazi tulikuwa tumefuata vijana ambao tulikuwa tumepatiana wapashwe tohara. Na tumeshuhudia vijana kama 200 wamepashwa tohara asubuhi. Na tulifika mapema, tulikuwa hapa saa 10. Manake hakuna mzazi angependa kusikia pengine kijana yake amepashwa tohara, mambo imekuwa mbaya. Tumefurahishwa na ile mipango na mikakati ilikuwa imewekwa, sterilization ya vifaa zile zinatumika. Na nikumbushe wazazi wenzangu kwamba wale wako na vijana nyumbani waangalie guideline ya serikali ya 2021 ambayo ilisema vijana wasipelekwe kila mahali kwa doctors, mtu mwingine anajiita daktari wanapeleka huko. So wazazi wenzangu wale wako na vijana tunawahimiza kama ni kutairisha kijana. Manake saa hii maisha ni ngumu, tunasikia kuna shift na tujaelewa. So vijana wapelekwe mahali pazuri, hospitali mzuri, ndio kijana mambo yako isiwe mbaya.
Mambo ni mingi, unaweza pata mtoto ameenda kutairi mahali popote pale, anashindwa na kupona. Na ama shinda zinatokea pale. Tumewahi sikia mara mingi ambapo mtoto ameenda ametaidi vibaya, amekatwa sehemu yake yote, na maisha hiyo mtoto itakuwa ni mbaya baadaye, na atalaumu mwenye amefanya hiyo kazi. Kwa kama wazazi sisi tujiulize maswali mengi.
Nyahururu Court has said that unclaimed cash deposits and sureties worth millions of shillings were yet to be collected by owners from the court even long after cases are concluded. According to Chief Magistrate Evans Kiago, the sureties dating back to 1996 were yet to be collected, and hence called on members of the public to visit the court in order to process their remittance and collection. He noted that although they were able to identify some of the owners, others are hard to identify due to the period they have remained unclaimed, and others might have passed on. The Chief Magistrate noted that some relatives may not be aware of such sureties, while others lacked information on how to collect them after cases are concluded in court.
Ningependa kujulisha wananchi watukufu kwamba mahakama ya Nyahururu inaendelea kuwahudumia kulingana na mipangilio yao, na tunawajulisha kwamba kuna wale labda ambao walileta vyeti zao za mashamba, wakaleta logbook ya magari, ya pikipiki, na kesi sirisha miaka ambayo imepita hajai kuja kuchukua. Tunaomba kwamba waweze kupata nafasi wakuja wachukue ili waweze kuzitumia katika shughuli zao. Kama kuna yeyote ambaye labda alileta na labda kwa mpangilio mingine aliweza kulala na jamii yake hawana habari, iwapo kuna cases kama hizo, bado wako na uhuru kufika mahakamani na waweze kujielezea na kujitambua, lakini sana sana waweze kuwa na barua ya chief kuwatambua kwamba wao ndio watoto wa marehemu ule ambaye alikuwa ameweka security. Pia kuna cash deposits ambao ziliwekwa hapa kotini kwa kesi kuanzia mwaka wa 1996 na simeisha, na wenye waliweka hawajai kucha, labda wengine hawako. Tunaomba kwamba kama kuna yote ambaye hako katika hiyo kiwango aweze kufika na kujitambulisha, tuone ile kiwango ambayo tunaweza kumsaidia. Kama hako na receipt akuje nayo, kama ilipotea na anajua file number aweze kufika na kutuelezea file number ili tuweze kuangalia tuone kama kuna vile anaweza saidiwa iwapo tutapata receipt.
Let's get sporty now. The Chairman's Cup tournament will be launched on Wednesday in Bungoma County. In Kimilili constituency, Bungoma County. Speaking about this earlier today, the chairman of the FKF Bungoma branch, Dennis Nyongesa, has said that this tournament is aimed at promoting and benefiting players and teams participating in different league matches under the FKF umbrella. Nyongesa added that a total of 32 men's team, including 8 women's team, have already registered. For his part, the secretary of the FKF Bungoma, Caleb Mwai, has insisted on the use of players who are registered on the FKF website to help teams or to help team prepare and help prepare with the continuation of the leagues they participate in.
Kuna timu 28 zilicheza branch league, timu 6 regional, na pia kuna timu za ladies 5. Timu kwa wanaume itakayoshinda itapewa 70,000 na uniforms, na namba 2 50,000 na uniforms, namba 3 40,000 na namba 4 30,000. Kwa upande wa wasichana, ya kwanza itapewa 50,000, ya pili 30,000, ya tatu 20 na ya mwisho 10,000.
Tournaments mingi zimetengenezwa hii Bungoma County, including hata zile wanawake wametengeneza. Women leaders wametengeneza tournaments. But kuweka timu ya wanawake unakuta kuna mvutano. Yani lazima muende hapo muwapaswed ama mulazimishe ndio labda achukue timu ya wanawake. But Chairman Dennis alikaa chini na kulingana na mpira ya wanawake vile tumeiendesha chini yake kama chairman, yeye mwenyewe amekiri kwamba wasichana wako na chance mzuri.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to wrap it up at that point tonight. Thank you very much for watching us tonight. I hope that you're up to date with what is making headlines across the country. We'll join Fred Njeri on Morning Live from 7 a.m. He will be having a conversation about your gut and your health, the things that you take which are harmful to your gut. Well, they'll be having all-round discussion around that on Morning Live tomorrow. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Good night.